Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Espresso with me, Darius Luchauskas. Today is the 12th of September 2018. So welcome everyone, welcome to this Wednesday's morning session where we're going to have a look at a few instruments. But as always, before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimers. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Also, just a very quick reminder of our JFD Brokers website and specifically our JFD research page. So we can go in, have a look at different analysis that we do on a daily basis, and yeah, I believe you can find a lot of useful stuff here for yourselves, guys. So feel free to check us out. Right, but for now, let's jump into the charts. Now, the first one I want to look at is the FTSE 100. Now, the FTSE is looking at this daily chart here. We can see that it continues still to hold on above this upside support line taken from the low of the 10th of February 2016. Now this long-term upside support line here continues to kind of to show direction at the moment, but judging from this current activity, and looking at this picture, we could potentially see maybe a drop here further, maybe even actually getting a test of this upside support line, which also could play could play out nicely here as a nice bouncing ground for maybe a little bit of correction back to the upside. So certainly for now, all eyes are on this. All eyes are on this area as well, and this area is near the 7190 level. Now this level here, 7190, acts as a very good area of support here around the 16th of April. So 17th of April, yep, to be more precise. So something like this, guys, could be possible, of course, and also by the arrows here that you see, we could potentially see a bit of retracement, maybe coming in earlier, where we could potentially test the 73.35 level. Now this level here, the 73.35, could be a nice area of resistance, as it in the past here on the 25th of April, it acted as a very nice area of support that got broken this week, of course, last week, and now it could prove to be a nice area of resistance. So this is hence of course the arrow that you see here. Now this could be a possible scenario. If this doesn't hold, if the 73.35 doesn't hold, well, we could still climb a little bit higher here, where the the bears could try to find some nice grounds to come in, to step in, and maybe push, or should I say pull back down the index. So certainly for now, keep your eyes on this. Keep your eyes, if we start seeing a bit of correction here to the upside, well, keep your eyes on the 73.35 level that I was just talking about. And if, like I said, if it holds, if it continues to hold down the price, then well, we could maybe expect the bears to come in earlier here and push this. Push down the index here toward this upwards moving support line, this long-term upwards moving support line that has been running here since February 2016. So something for you guys to keep an eye on. On the upside, well, for us to get more comfortable with the upside, we would need to see a nice good break here and a close above the 74.30 level, approximately there, of course, and this way we could start aiming initially towards the 75.35, or even then, if that doesn't hold, well, it could open the path towards the 76.35 level, approximately there. Let me just quickly rounded up here. So the 76.35 could be the next potential area of resistance, but only if we get a nice break here above the 75.35 level. And of course, as I mentioned just right now, for us to get comfortable with the upside, we would need to see a reversal here, a nice close above this 74.30 level that I've got marked here. Okay guys, so this is something in regards to the FTSE. Let's jump into one commodity quickly, and that's gold. Now gold, looking at this daily chart, still is trading below this downside resistance line taken from the peak of the 11th of April this year, and it's at the moment, looking at this daily chart, I mean, it seems that it's getting squeezed, and we're kind of waiting for a small pop here, either to the upside or to the downside. Now the upside here, let me actually just jump into a 4-hour chart. So as you can see, yep, it's kind of getting squeezed a little bit here. It doesn't know where it wants to go. Yesterday we were looking at this level here, the 1190, and we saw this break initially below this, but actually the day closed above this level, and now we're kind of stuck here between this 1190 level and the 1207 mark, approximately there. So at the moment, of course, keep your eyes on that. Keep your eyes on these two levels, because if we get a nice move higher here and we start breaking the 1207 here, and this could open the path towards the 1214 or 1215, I would say. Let me just quickly round it up here. There we go. There we go. And the 1215 could be the next potential area of resistance if we get a nice break here above the 1207. Certainly, if that doesn't hold as well, the 1215, I mean, it could be opening the path towards this downside resistance line that I was just talking about. So this could stall the price just for at least for a little bit. And if it does get to that point, we'll just have to reevaluate the precious metal there. In regards to the very short term, let's say for those who are only trading intraday here, so you could potentially look at this little area here at around 1199, or even actually the rounded up towards the 1200 level. Now this level here could be a nice gateway towards higher levels that I was just talking about, but of course we would need to see a nice good strong break here above this 1200. Now at the moment, like I said, keep your eyes on that. Like I said, this is just an idea. You be the judge, so yep, feel free to adjust it accordingly. On the downside, now the downside here, well, we still are looking for a break here and a close below this 1190 level. Now as you can see, as I mentioned previously, we did have this break yesterday, but actually it closed above this level, the 1190. So now we're still going to be looking at a possible close here. If we do get a close below the 1190, now this is where we could start examining the 1183 level. Now the 1183 here, as you can see, acts as a good area of support in the end of August, around the 23rd of August. So this basically could confirm, if we do get a close below this 1183, this could confirm further declines. I mean, this is where we could start maybe aiming for the 1160 level, which was marked here by the lowest point of August, or to be more precise, on the 15th of August. So something like this could be possible, but again, like I said, for now it's very tricky, and at the moment we're just hanging around here. We're just going to continue monitoring these levels, yep, this is how we're going to position ourselves potentially, but at the moment, like I said, it is just unclear where exactly it wants to go, so that's why we're going to be looking for a possible break and a close above or below one of these levels that I was just talking about. Now let's jump into Ripple quickly, and let me jump into a daily chart on this one. So as you can see, still we're trading below this downside resistance line. So the crypto world is not feeling very well recently. So as you can see, we're still on the Ripple here. We're still below this downside resistance line taken from the peak of the 10th of February this year. And certainly on the slightly from the slightly shorter term perspective, we're stuck here between these two key levels. Now we're not far from this important area of support here around the 0.2465. This area here acted as a very good area of support in August, and also was the lowest point of August. So basically, let's see if it actually holds again or not. And if it doesn't, now this could turn out to be quite a little bit ugly for the for this crypto, for Ripple, because a break and a close below this level, below the 0.2465, could potentially open the path towards this psychological 0.20 level. Now, of course, we'll be keeping a close eye on that, and especially a close eye on this level right here, 0.2465. Now, on the upside, for us to get comfortable with the upside, probably should specify that it would be more of a longer term upside. Then we would need to see a nice good break above this downside resistance line. Of course, there is quite a path to for Ripple to go still towards that area, but nevertheless, we're just gonna stay careful here with the buying. Certainly, we could see maybe if we get a nice break here above the 0.3740 level, this could be this could open the path towards this this downside resistance line for a possible test. So yep, something like this could be possible, but again, like I said, be very careful with the upside, because at the moment, as you can see, there is a lot of negativity in the crypto world, and we could maybe see further declines, especially here on the Ripple, if we get a nice break here below the 0.2465 level. Let's jump into a few pairs now quickly, and now the first one I want to touch on is the EURJPY. Now this one is an interesting one here. Yesterday we were analyzing this one, and certainly, as you can see here, yesterday's candle closed in the positive zone. Let me jump into a 4-hour chart in this one, and we were looking at this this falling wedge formation, and of course, yesterday we had a nice spike here to the upside. We broke this wedge to the upside, as per, of course, all the theories of all the textbook theories. But then at one point during the day, the bears were taking control, well, trying to take control, and they actually managed to push the pair back inside the wedge. Now, certainly this was a bit of a choppy session here, as you can see that after that the bulls started kicking in. So it was all around, but nevertheless the bulls kind of won the battle here and closed the pair in the positive zone and outside of this falling wedge formation. So that said, we are now turning more towards the positive side, and we could expect further acceleration to the upside, where the next potential area of resistance could be this psychological 130 level, and if that doesn't hold, it could be opening the path towards slightly higher levels that we saw here in the end of August. Now, this is something that could come up, but of course, like I said, for now, just be very careful. If suddenly this reverses back down here and moves back inside this wedge formation, well, I mean, keep your eyes on this little level right here. Let me just quickly mark that for you. This area around the 128.75 area, approximately there. Of course, if we get a break below this level, the 128.75, now this could open the path towards lower levels, and specifically the lower side of this wedge formation. So something for you guys to keep an eye on, but for now, like I said, of course, we are leaning more towards the upside, because we did get a nice close yesterday above this wedge formation, this falling wedge formation we had. And the last pair that I really wanted to quickly touch on, and that's going to be GBPCAD. Now, GBPCAD here is at an interesting spot. Now, depends how you're going to draw your support lines and trend lines. So if you can see here that we've managed to break this interesting upside support line here. Let me just kind of drag it all the way from here. Well, you can actually drag it from here, and then of course put it this way, but to be honest, then you're missing out a few points here. Or you can actually take it from here, and yep, you'll have a nice short-term upwards moving trend line here. So basically, long story short, we managed to break it to the downside yesterday, and we can see that now on the 4-hour chart, the pair is resting on the 50 EMA here, shown as the red line. So further declines could be possible, and we could potentially maybe see something like this. Initially, of course, a move higher, but then a further drop lower. Now where of course we could see a bit of correction here back to the upside, where the bears could take advantage of the higher rate, and the potential area of resistance to watch here could be this area right here around the 170 50 57, something like that. So of course you can maybe potentially round it up towards the 170 60 mark approximately there, which could also, like I said, be a nice area of potential resistance where the bears could start jumping in here and potentially driving this pair back down again. So but for those who are more on the cautious side, probably you could wait until the GBPCAD kind of gets back here towards this 0.6965 level and starts breaking it. And if we get a nice close here below this level down, this is where we could start aiming for the 168.70 mark. Now this level here was marked by the low of the 5th of September. So something like this of course could be possible, so be very careful. And in regards to the upside, well, for us to start looking at higher levels, we would not only need to see a nice move back above this short-term upwards moving trend line, but also a nice clear break above this 179.90. This could confirm a potential move higher here towards the 1.73 level that acted as a very nice area of resistance here in the past around the July time, and also support at in the same month. So quite an important level to watch, but only if we get a reversal here, a strong reversal back to the upside, and a close above the 171.90. Okay guys, I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching and listening. If you want to join me later on at my Traders Tea Time, and that's 13:15 GMT, 14:15 British Summertime. But for now, thank you very much, and bye bye.